Good morning, YouTube. I just finished up with a coffee and restroom break here. Time to get back on the road. Figured I'd come hang out with y'all for maybe an hour and a half here or so. What's going on with everybody tonight? Anything fun and exciting happening? I stopped at the Service Plaza on the Indiana Turnpike here. I am east and southbound. Well, that guy's gonna have a hose there. Let's go around this way. Right, let's hammer down. So I'll go ahead and put the blanket statement out about the posts and comments. We'll try to respond to them if I see them come in. A lot of times I can't do that driving down the highway, so what I end up doing is at the end of the live stream, taking a few minutes and going through them. Just to let you know, there's a possibility that this live stream will cut out, and before I get a chance to do that, the last couple live streams I've done have cut out around the 40 to 45 minute mark against my wishes. So in the event that it does that, all those comments and posts are pretty much lost. I have not been able to figure out a way to get the comments that are posted during the live stream to show up in the comments when I make the video public after the live stream. So if anyone has any tips and pointers on that, I'm all ears for that. So just finished up a coffee break here on the Indiana Turnpike. Gonna head down to Route 49, take it south down to US 30. Gonna head east on that, pick up 31 south, heading towards Kokomo, Indiana this morning. 2 deliveries today, one at Kokomo. So started my shift tonight about 1 a.m. Eastern time, even though I'm in the Central Time Zone. My logbooks are run on East Coast time. All my deliveries are made on East Coast time, so regardless of where I'm at, I stay on East Coast time. Come up here to the toll booth. Thanks, Paul, though. I will definitely drive safe. So currently on day 3 of my 6-day work week. So I generally put 12 to 14 hours a day in, 6 days a week. It's exhausting. Been running the schedule for about 1.5 years now. Getting tired of it for sure. So I'm relatively new to doing these live streams. Been having a lot of fun with it, so just trying to come up with some new and novel ideas to do on here, break up the monotony and the boredom of you know, my driving shifts and everything. So eventually I'll probably bring some friends on, like a phone call type of stuff. And so just near Lake Station, Indiana. Just left Lake Station, Indiana a few minutes ago. Heading down the turnpike here. Gonna exit onto Indiana 49 South. I head to Kokomo, Indiana this morning. Which is not 100%, but I think US 31 is still closed through Kokomo. They shut the entire US 31 South route for, I don't know, 8 or 9 mile stretch there. Definitely don't like how Indiana just closes entire freaking highways down for weeks or months at a time. Never seen anything like it anywhere before. Hello to everyone just joining in. Just cruising on the turnpike here. So I'm going to be exiting the turnpike in 2.5 miles or so here. So I do my best to respond to comments. Sometimes it's difficult driving down the highway. It's a little bit easier to see them come in as they come in, driving overnight like this. But I do try to spend a few minutes at the end of the live stream to go back through and try to respond to everyone. The last couple streams I've done, the stream has actually ended while I'm driving down the highway, and I can at that point never go back and respond to any of these comments. So not sure why it keeps ending, maybe a bad signal or something, but hopefully going to spend 60 to 90 minutes hanging out with y'all this morning. So where's everybody at? Where y'all hanging out this morning? off the turnpike here, start heading south. I think I'd rather be in Colorado right now. What's up, Donovan? You going up that grade or down that grade? Nice. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out that way. Probably more than 10 years or so. I definitely miss it. I do a regional account now out of Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. Making retail deliveries. It's absolutely boring as fuck. Making tremendous money right now, so, but trying to do this social media crap and then possibly get monetized and go back over the road next summer maybe. Definitely miss it. Yep, right back at you, bro. Allergies are killing me the last few days. Holy shit, that's pretty cool, dude. No shortage of work in your field then. Not out in those parts. That's some dangerous stuff there. So do you actually fly on the helicopters while you're fighting the fires? Oh my God, why the hell does it keep flipping sideways there? Right now I got about 35,000 pounds on, so my gross weight's probably 68 to 70,000 pounds right now. So a little bit light today, which I don't mind at all. So we're gonna exit Route 49 here in about 3 miles, jump on US Highway 30, head east, take it over to Route 31, head on down to Kokomo, Indiana. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty cool job. Damn, man. Pretty intense. I don't know if I'd want to be out there. Definitely wouldn't want to be one of them firefighters on the ground out there. That shit, way too dangerous. I couldn't even imagine doing that shit every day. But yeah, it sounds like you got a pretty cool gig right there. Never been on a helicopter before. One of these days I'll make it onto one. But hopefully there ain't no fires around when I do it, so. So I suppose you go to work for an extended period then, probably a week or two at a time, maybe more. Yeah, driving a fuel truck anywhere sucks. I've lost a couple friends over the years who fell asleep at the wheel or had a tire catch on fire and they didn't catch it, and that's a pretty dangerous gig there. But driving a fuel truck pays pretty good, so. All right, let's go ahead and change highways here. Getting bored with this 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. I like that. I like the nightshade comment. It's pretty cool. How are you tonight? Nah, just this state route. Just on a state route. Though Donovan, who was commenting earlier, is out in California driving, and their top speed for semi-trucks in California is 55. There's no 60 or 65 mile an hour speed limits for semi-trucks in California, so I've driven in California quite a bit, and I've never gone 55, so never gotten a ticket out there either. I actually never gotten a speeding ticket in a truck ever, somehow. All right, got a 60 mile an hour speed limit now. I'm not going to drive 60 though, but no comment other than that. Who hates internal combustion engine semis? Oh, Gavin Newsom. Alright, I got you. Yeah, try to stay away from politics on here, but California is definitely in its own world. Me? No, I got an automatic Volvo. An absolute piece of shit. I hate this truck more than just about any other truck I've ever driven. Hello to everyone just joining in. My name is Johnny Dangerously, truck driver from Columbus, Ohio. I'm out in Indiana right now, heading to a couple deliveries this morning, and then I'll get turned around, head back to Illinois. So just getting started with these live streams. This is probably only the 7th or 8th live stream I've done, so still trying to get some ideas and my bearings together on it. Got my audio issues fixed finally. So the first couple ones I did were just absolutely atrocious. So make sure you hit the subscribe button though. I got some ideas and things I'm working on for the future. I'm gonna hopefully do these between YouTube and Facebook. I should be on here at least 10 or 12 times a week. It's definitely fun to break up the monotony, give me something to do. And then not sure how long it'll take for my company to catch on and fire me for doing it, but it won't take me long to find another job once that happens. So so if that happens, it keeps, and every time it disconnects like that, I'm afraid it's gonna end my live stream. The last 2 streams I've done have ended involuntarily, I imagine because of signal issues or something. So I really hope that does not happen, but this guy. Traffic light coming up. It's been green for a while, so good show, good show. So for everyone just joining in, driving out here in Indiana, near shit, I don't even know where I'm near now. Groverstown, I think I just went past. So we're running out US Highway 30 East. Got about 25 miles or so. I'm gonna pick up US Highway 31 South, run it all the way down to Kokomo, Indiana. I might head to Fort Wayne, Indiana after that, and then back to near Utica, Illinois. Started my shift today about 1 a.m. Eastern time, so probably got about a 13-hour workday ahead of me here. Just about, 3 hours, 3.5 hours into it, so. So it's, one of the drawbacks to driving a truck is the ridiculous hours. I'm legally allowed to work 14 hours a day. I can work those 14 hours. I'm allowed to work 70 hours in an 8-day period, and then if I take 34 hours off, it resets all of those clocks. So most of these companies generally expect you to work 60 to 70 hours a week. That's pretty much every week for your whole entire career. I mean, imagine working a double shift, every work shift, every week, every month, every year, for pretty much your whole life. It's not always easy. It's almost not ever easy, but then when you get into the winter months, it just gets even more ridiculous. If you guys are hanging out with me this winter, you'll see several instances where I start thinking, yeah, maybe I should have got that 4-year degree. So hello, hello, hello. I'm in Indiana right now. I'm going to be switching highways up here in Plymouth, Indiana. Pick up Route 31. Head further south. Well, the speed limit's 60, so I can only say I'm doing 60 miles an hour as far as how fast I'm moving. You know, depending on where I'm at, I kind of know if I can go a little over the limit, but I don't want to confirm or deny anything on video. I imagine my boss will end up on here at some point. If she's not already, so. So I also do some live streams over on Facebook. I'll probably be on there in a couple hours. Do 45 minutes or an hour over there later. At some point I hope to do Facebook and YouTube live simultaneously. So I'm pretty new to this live streaming stuff, so I'm just trying to get a feel for it, get some ideas together, make it fun and interesting, and kind of go from there. I think the Facebook ones disappear after 30 days though, so I kind of like how the YouTube ones I can make it public and have it stay up forever for posterity's sake anyways, for better or for worse. What's up, Bucky? You still on here? I saw you jump on earlier. I think I haven't had some connection issues for a couple moments. How are you today? So Tide Julie, what's the Tide stand for? Was that Alabama maybe? Oh, okay. Well, that's better than Alabama, in my opinion. Then, so right on, right on. get up to speed a little quicker there, Stu. Pretty stormy in Nebraska. I might have to pull that weather map up, take a look and see what direction that stuff's in. I'm gonna head back to central to western Illinois later on. It's pretty much where all my days start, so kind of due for some storms out this way. Haven't had to deal with anything in a couple weeks now, so but hopefully the storms ain't too bad. Pretty good weather in all the parts I go to. Yeah, I'll still take a look at the map and see. Hopefully it'll move through wherever it's going before I get back there. That's one of the biggest downsides to wind is probably one of the worst ones I have to deal with. You wouldn't believe how much a 40 or 50 mile an hour crosswind throws you all over the place. weight do I have on? Right now I've probably got about 35,000 pounds in the box, so that probably makes my gross weight somewhere around 68 to 70,000 pounds or so. The maximum I'm allowed to have would be 80,000 pounds total gross, which would be probably close to 45 to 47,000 in the box. So I never through a cat scale and weigh my trailers, though. Most of the scales are closed the hours I go through them, and I absolutely hate having to stop and waste the time to go weigh them. I'm usually pretty good at axling them out, you know, because not only do I have to pay attention to gross weights, I got axle weights too. I'm only allowed to have 34,000 pounds on my trailer axles, 34,000 pounds on my drive axles, and 12,000 pounds on my steer. So I usually never have to worry about being over gross. So every once in a while I got to take a backhaul back to Ohio. There's a scale house in Ohio on Interstate 70, like a half a mile across the line, so I usually end up having to weigh those trailers, but it's a pain in the ass. If I weigh it and my weights are legal, now it's like, well, I just wasted that time for no reason. And then if I weigh it and it's not legal, now I have to do work. So either way you look at it, I'm still going to be pissed off. So try to avoid it. Though I have gotten a lot of overweight tickets in my driving career. I've probably had at least 7 or 8 overweight tickets. Some of them are ridiculous expensive too. I've never had any of the ridiculous ones. The Illinois one, I've heard they cost $2,500 to $3,500 easily for an overweight ticket there, and they make you pay it before they let you leave the scale house. So the most expensive overweight ticket I had was a little under $500 up in Wisconsin. I gotta get back left here for this car that's on the shoulder. So coming into Plymouth, Indiana now. I got a seatbelt ticket in Plymouth, Indiana, 12 years ago. So I actually took off of work and fought the seatbelt ticket because I'm about as stubborn as they get. So I hired a polygraph examiner, took a lie detector test. They ended up dropping the ticket, dismissing it, which they have this new CSA program that was in effect back then, to where like I get assessed points for every little thing. It's a separate point system for truck drivers, that if you get tickets, bad inspections, seatbelt tickets happens to be one of the biggest points infractions on that system. And in order to get rid of those points, you have to go in front of a judge and be found not guilty. That's the way it was back then. They've since changed it. But when they dismissed it, I had no recourse and got assessed all those points. So it was absolute bullshit. So, which, being from Ohio, I had to take a week off of work, travel. The polygraph wasn't available till Sunday. My court date wasn't until a Tuesday. Hotel expenses, cost me all in all a few $1,000s to beat a seatbelt ticket case. But literally, there's probably 50 things you can write me a ticket for that I'm actually guilty of every day. I'll just pay it and be done with it. But don't write me a ticket for something I didn't freaking do. All right, it's coming into Plymouth, Indiana right now. Feedback from the CB. Got about 4 miles till I'm gonna change highways. Cut south on US Highway 31. Ooh, risky business to be in the left lane right now. So on US Highway 30 here, through Warsaw, Plymouth, Columbia City, it's trucks right lane only, and they are very, very strict. Probably more so during the day, but the local yokels around here don't mess around with it. They'll pull you and write you for that shit in a heartbeat. Then you get more CSA points. Alright, it's the last traffic light here on this highway. Alright, Julie, thanks for joining in. We'll catch you next time. I'm only gonna be streaming for another 10 minutes or so anyway, so thanks for all your posts and comments, and I'll see you soon. Hi Matthew, how's it going? Ah, there's my highway. 1 mile to go. this up in probably 10 minutes or so ish. So I have to be able to get pulled off to be able to end this, because I'm not allowed to use a handheld device, hit any buttons on anything. So I'll have to come to a complete stop to wrap this up. So there's an exit I have in mind up here. I can get pulled off on the shoulder to be able to do that. But I'll try to take a scroll through the comments before I end it and see if I missed anything, anyone. Well, I appreciate you all joining in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to do several of these, at least 4 or 5 of these throughout the week, maybe more. I just have to make sure I got time in my schedule to get pulled off and stuff. My schedule is ridiculous tight. Usually don't have 15 or 20 extra minutes in a shift to lose. So eventually I'll post when I think I'm going to go live, give everybody a heads up. But I've only recently started doing these, and it's a ton of fun. So can't wait to do some more. Looks like it dropped down into the 40s here. About 48 degrees on it right now. It's a little chilly. My, how I love cross traffic at 60 mile an hour speed limits. Alright, well, thanks for staying put there, pickup truck. Currently heading down US 31 right now. Head on down to Kokomo, Indiana, then head on up to Fort Wayne after this. I got 2 stops on my trailer today. So going to be wrapping this up here in the next few minutes. Appreciate everyone joining in, checking out my live stream. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I plan on and hope to do these every day or every other day. Eventually, I'll come up with a process to kind of make a post or something, you know, announcing when I'll go live next or whatever. Still a work in progress, kind of new to this live streaming stuff. I think I've gotten to most of the comments that are on here. Once I get pulled off, I'll take a scroll through before I end the live stream. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything or anyone. Bumpy road, Indiana. Yep, no morning rush hour yet. So I shouldn't run into too much of that today. The routes I'm taking are pretty quiet. I'm not going to be in any major metros during rush hour today. So by the time I get out of Kokomo, I'll be taking Route 35 over to Interstate 69. So it's a little bit slower of a route today than if I stayed on interstates, but no major metros to deal with. So it's kind of nice break, change of pace. So, but then I got to cut back across 30 to get all the way back to Interstate 80, which is tedious, 100 and some miles of just a traffic light riddled route. So well, I think the exit's coming up here shortly, where I'm going to go ahead and wrap the live stream up for this morning. So I do have to get pulled off to end this, but I'll take a scroll back through the comments, see if I missed anyone or anything. But if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If I have less than 1,000 subscribers, which I do, I have way less than that, I'm only allowed to have however many subscribers I have plus 25 allowed on a live stream at any given point until I reach 1,000 subscribers. So let's see, I had over 50 on at one time earlier. So that was getting pretty close to the maximum allowable limit right now. So, but I appreciate everyone joining in and hanging out. Had some interesting conversations earlier. So big shout out to Donovan out there fueling up those helicopters in California for the firefighters. Julie from Nebraska, Dorothy from Michigan. That's the billboard I wanted to see there. So should be about 4.5 miles or so. So 4 to 5 minutes, wrap this up. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, there's always crazy people out here on the lake. Makes my job fun and interesting sometimes. Yeah, it takes forever to pass DOT and FMCSA rules. I mean, they have to go through, you got to publish it, take questions, responses. So, I mean, they've been trying to get hair testing in for drug tests for, over 10 years now. So, but you never know. I don't, if I have to, I'll break the rules or whatever. So, Nova Scotia, what's up, man? Welcome. So, gonna take a quick scroll through here, wrap this up for this morning. I really appreciate everyone joining in. It's been a fun night. Lots of good conversation and questions and everything. So, I wish I knew how to save all these messages over when I make this video public. I've not figured out how to do that yet. If anybody knows, please let me know, because the people that watch this afterwards are going to have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So, but appreciate everyone joining in. Donovan, be safe, bro. Dorothy, thanks as always. Julie, Salina Girl 69. Let me see. Take another second here. Yeah, so I'll try to get back on here tonight sometime. Was it Tuesday? So Tuesday night into Wednesday AM. Hope to get back on here. So thanks for joining in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and over and out.